Hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Sagittarius, today we're going to go over your overall energy as well as your person's overall energy. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. Also keep in mind time is fluid. So this could either currently be happening or maybe happening at a later date. How does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? So we do have the Four of Pentacles, okay? We also have the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. For some of you, you could be connecting with a Virgo, possibly an Aries, maybe even a Capricorn, or you just might have that within your chart. But at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords, okay? We also have the Four of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Hermit out here. All right. So Sagittarius, in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, for some of you, you could have recently experienced an ending here with someone. If you did recently experience an ending here with someone, it kind of looks like you decided to kind of put love on the back burner, to just kind of focus more so on yourself, you know, your overall independence, your finances, your career, you know, things of that nature. For those of you where you did not experience an ending recently here with anyone, I just kind of feel like you've still been putting love, right, on the back burner here and just kind of taking time to really focus more so on yourself and your growth and your expansion, your finances, your career, all that good stuff. But it is kind of stemming from a place of, wanting to avoid something that could bring a lot of heartache and disappointment into your life, aka a romantic relationship with someone, aka love. So it kind of looks like, even though some of you out there didn't recently experience an ending here with someone, it kind of looks like you've been avoiding love and romantic relationships with people to avoid getting hurt again, to avoid getting deceived again, to avoid getting betrayed again. But there's an overall energy of loneliness attached to your overall energy. You know, I don't feel like you want to spend the rest of your life single and alone. I feel like you would love to have someone that you could come together with and build towards a life with, but I just kind of feel like you haven't necessarily found that perfect person for you just yet. So if it's one thing that I will say, Sagittarius, is that even though there's like this overall energy of loneliness attached to you as far as like wanting, you know, somebody that you can share your life with and build towards a life with, I don't feel like you're falling into this like place of like depression or anything like that. Because Nine of Pentacles energy is somebody who, for the most part, is very content with being single and alone. You know, there's some people who absolutely hate being single and alone, and there's some people who don't mind being single and alone, and you're just one of those people. You don't really mind being single and alone. Like, granted, would you want somebody to be there by your side because there's times where you do kind of feel lonely? Sure. But I feel like you experience those moments as far as feeling alone is concerned and lonely, like every once in a blue, but I don't feel like that's something that you experience like on a regular basis where you're like crying yourself to sleep because, you know, you're single and alone. No, Nine of Pentacles is somebody who, for the most part, is very content with being single and alone. They don't really mind it, you know, whatsoever. But I feel like you do have your days where it's like, damn, like I wish I had somebody. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you experience those days like once in a blue. But with the Four of Pentacles, with the Four of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles coming out here, I do feel, Sagittarius, like your life is about to drastically change. But it's really, really important that you be open and receptive to this change that's about to take place here in your life. And the only reason why I'm telling you to try your hardest to be open and receptive to this massive change is because of this Four of Pentacles energy that you're harnessing, okay? Just like the reason why you've been avoiding love is because you don't want to get hurt again, you don't want to get let down again, you don't want to get betrayed again. Well, we kind of still see you harnessing that same old energy of still feeling the need that you have to kind of like push people away, not let anybody get too close to you, not allow yourself to get attached to absolutely anyone. And because you're still harnessing that same old energy, even in the present moment, there's a huge possibility that if you continue to harness this energy, you might miss out on a really good opportunity here for yourself. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Death card. We have the Three of Cups. we have the moon, and then we also have the Seven of Swords out here. Yeah, so it kind of looks like you're going to meet someone new very, very soon, okay? Now, remember, like I said, there's a drastic change that's about to transpire here in your life. And with the Death card coming out here, that speaks of change, that speaks of transformation, okay? But it kind of looks like you're about to meet someone new very, very soon, okay? And I feel like this connection here between you and this person, it is going to drastically change you. It is going to drastically change you, but in a positive way, not in a negative way. With the Seven of Swords to the moon coming out here, this is what you're going to have to face if you do decide to see this entire situation through, okay? And it's not going to be a fun ride. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But if you do decide, right, to see this connection through here between you and this person, one thing that will come up to the surface here for you is going to be your trust issues. That's one thing that will come up to the surface here for you when it comes down to this connection that you're going to find yourself in. Not only that, but with the moon coming out here, there's that overall energy of like, there's like that overall energy of the level of the unknown here when it comes down to this connection and this person. In other words, you're not really gonna know what's going to end up happening or what to honestly anticipate and or expect, and that furthermore is going to put you on edge. It really is going to furthermore put you on edge, because you're going to find yourself looking at this person and kind of wondering to yourself like, I wonder what this person's intentions are with me, and I don't know, there's just something about this person, I don't know what it is. Like, you're going to find yourself going through that when you do stumble across this person, okay? Now, with all of that being said, I do want to look at this person just to kind of see what else we can get here for this person. But it's very important that you remain open and receptive to this relationship, okay? It's going to be uncomfortable, Sagittarius. It is. It's going to be very, very uncomfortable. It's going to heighten things that you don't want to obviously heighten as far as like your trust issues are concerned, your fear of intimacy is concerned. You're going to find yourself with the hope of what if this happens and what if that happens? And I don't know. Like, I don't know about this person. Yeah, you're going to find yourself going through that. But the point of you being open and receptive to this is very, very simple. It kind of looks like through your involvement with this person, these trust issues of yours will eventually dissipate. The things that used to essentially trigger you will be something that you will also overcome. Another thing that I'm also kind of getting is that you're going to feel more comfortable being uncomfortable. And with that being said, we all know that the only way that we can honestly grow and evolve is putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations, because living in our comfort zone is going to keep us confined and restricted to what we know. And the predictable the predictable day, the predictable week, the predictable month, the predictable future, right? Because it kind of looks like your life is very, very predictable, all right? It's very, very predictable, but you've made it very predictable. So the fact that you're being presented with an opportunity here in love that has a level of unpredictability to it, like, that's gonna really freak you out and kind of scare you and really, really throw you off. But once you like overcome all of this, you're not gonna find yourself being as triggered as you used to be. You're not gonna find yourself experiencing trust issues or anything like that. You're not gonna find yourself fearing the level of the unknown. Like, if in fact you're going to, for the most part, embrace it without fear. Because I feel like the level of the unknown has been keeping you very confined and very restricted and in your bubble. Is kind of what I'm getting, Sagittarius, to the point where unfortunately it has caused you to miss out on really good opportunities, because you know your comfort zone has been keeping you very confined and very restricted. How does this person currently view this relationship? So we have the we have the Six of Cups, we got the Eight of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. So in regards to how this person's currently viewing this relationship with you, When the two of you do cross paths with one another, this person's going to find themselves feeling instantly comfortable with you. They're going to feel like they've known you their whole entire life, even though technically speaking, they're just meeting you for the first time. So far so good. They're going to find themselves feeling really, really comfortable with you. I'm also kind of getting like an overall energy of them essentially falling for you pretty quickly. I feel like that in itself is going to scare this person just a little bit. I'm not really worried and concerned about it though, because I don't feel like they're going to allow this fear to stop them from pursuing you in this relationship that they share with you. How does this person currently feel? Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. All right, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the Seven of Wands. The fact that we have the Ace of Cups out here is just basically insinuating that they're currently experiencing an experience that they've never experienced before, okay? Which is basically insinuating that the emotions, right, that they have for you are a lot stronger than any love or emotions they've ever had for anyone else prior to you, okay? And that in itself is going to be, how do I say this? That in itself is going to be, for this person at least, it's going to be very, very scary for them. It's going to cause them to feel the need that they have to kind of keep their guards up here and protect their heart from you. And it's because they're going through an experience that they've never experienced before, okay? So it kind of looks like this connection here between you and them, it is going to take this person some getting used to. I feel like if this person works on learning to trust you, especially with their heart, they're going to find themselves feeling a lot better within this relationship that they share with you. But that's just kind of what this person's experiencing. They're experiencing an experience that they never experienced before, and it has a lot to do with how intense and strong their emotions actually are for you. I just kind of feel like they've never felt this strongly about a person ever before. I'm not going to sit here and say that this person never loved anybody before, cared for anybody ever before. I'm pretty sure they have. But with you, it's just different. It's just far more intense. Yeah, it's just far more intense. How does Sagittarius currently feel? Okay. So we have the Fool, we have the Ten of Wands, and then we also have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so in regards to how you're currently feeling, Sagittarius, I see you trying your hardest to just kind of go with the flow here when it comes down to this person. That's kind of crazy. You guys both go from the Three of Cups, and now we got the Six of Cups to the Six of Pentacles. So that's kind of telling me that this connection here between you and this person, it's growing at a very rapid pace. Yeah, it's growing at a very rapid pace. Is kind of what I'm getting. To go to the Three of Cups to the Six of Pentacles, like, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of growth right there in a short amount of time. This connection for you, Sagittarius, it may also make you feel very, very comfortable. It may also make you feel like you've known this person your whole entire life as well, even though technically speaking, you're just meeting this person for the first time. But like I said, Saggy, I feel like you're trying your hardest to just kind of go with the flow and not overthink things and not allow the past to affect you and not allow the, well, what if this happens and what if that happens, affect you. But I want to look at the Ten of Wands, because this is kind of telling me that you're struggling just a little bit when it comes down to just being open and receptive to this connection and just going with the flow here. So let's look at the Ten of Wands. Let's see what's going on with you. Timer up with the Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this relationship, it is going to take some getting used to, not only for you, but also for your person, just for different reasons, right? Like this relationship for them primarily, yeah, it is going to take some getting used to, and it has everything to do with the fact that the feelings that they have for you are a lot stronger than anyone they've ever dealt with prior to you, and that's kind of scary for this person, and it does kind of require them to try their hardest to trust you, right, with their heart. But nonetheless, this relationship, it is going to take some getting used to. Same applies for you, right? With the Nine of Pentacles coming out here, remember when I said, you know, anybody who harnesses Nine of Pentacles energy is somebody who's accustomed to being single and alone, to the point, I'm sorry, where they're, for the most part, pretty content, you know, and pretty happy about being single and alone. So with that being said, you're going to have a hard time, I would say, transitioning from being single to being in a relationship, okay? And to be honest, anybody who harnesses Nine of Pentacles energy, like, this is very common to see, as far as like them having a difficult time transitioning from being single to being in a full-blown committed relationship. So, and I'm not saying all this to make you guys run in the opposite direction or anything like that of this relationship, but so far it kind of looks like not only is this relationship going to heighten your trust issues, but it's also going to cause a lot of fear for you because of the level of the unknown. That's why it's going to cause a lot of fear, okay? And the fact that, from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be hard for you to transition from being single to being in a full-blown committed relationship with someone. That's also going to be very, very hard and very challenging for you, to the point where you're going to find yourself, I'm not going to lie to you, you're going to find yourself feeling really overwhelmed by it all. And the fact that things are moving as quickly as they are moving, like, that's going to, like, make the situation, for you at least, that much more intense. Is like the best way that I can describe it is that I'm seeing here with the Five of Pentacles coming out here. You know, when this energy does hit you and you start feeling really overwhelmed by how much your life is drastically changing, it might prompt you to run in the opposite direction of this relationship, because I am definitely getting that. It might just prompt you to run in the opposite direction. What actions? It's funny that I say this relationship, it might just prompt you to run in the opposite direction, and it just kind of hit me out of nowhere. You're actually showing up as a Queen of Wands, and your person is showing up as a King of Wands. So that's that type of relationship there. The King and the Queen of Wands. For some of you, there's a huge possibility that you could very well be connecting with your twin flame. But one thing that I've definitely noticed about the King and the Queen of Wands, doing tarot for as long as I have, it always turns into a runner-chaser-like dynamic at some point. So if I had to bet my last dollar on it, I'm pretty sure you're going to turn out to be the runner here, and they're going to turn out to be the chaser here. And I feel like, and I kind of feel like it is because the relationship in itself, it is going to start to become a little bit too much for you. It is going to start to become a little bit too overwhelming for you, to the point where, yeah, a lot of you are going to find yourself feeling like, yeah, like, this is too much. I'd rather go back to just being single and alone than to deal with all of this, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, yo, this is going to be a walk in the park. Like, you're going to be great. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to be fine. But you're going to go through it. You're going to go through it. You got to understand, you're going from being single to being in a full-blown committed relationship here with someone. And who knows, like, you could have been single for years. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it kind of looks like you've been single long enough to find comfort and satisfaction in being single and alone, to the point where now you're used to it. You're used to going to bed, you know, by yourself. You're used to doing things by yourself. You're used to not having to respond to absolutely anybody. Like, you're used to all of that. So to have to go from that to being in a relationship and having a whole freaking human around and all up in your refrigerator and stuff like that, yeah, like, that's a massive change. That is a massive change. So, I mean, I don't blame you guys for getting, like, overwhelmed and stuff like that and wanting to run in the opposite direction of this relationship. But, I mean, if it's one thing that I will say is this: you can run in the opposite direction all that you want. You can. But here's another thing about the King and the Queen of Wands. Oftentimes, these two will experience a breakup here and there, and it's always because there's a runner and there's a chaser. There's somebody who fears the connection and wants to run away from it, and there's somebody who doesn't fear the connection and just simply chooses to embrace it with all that they got, aka this person to the right of me, okay? So with that being said, yeah, you guys might experience like a breakup here and there, but the King and the Queen of Wands, man, these two are freaking known for breaking up and getting back together, okay? They're just known for that. And it's because of how intense the connection is, that it becomes a little bit too much for one person. The other person finds a way to like manage the intensity of it all, aka this person, but there's always somebody that starts to feel like, oh my god, like this is too much, I can't do this, aka you, my friend. So with that being said, when these two do break up, they always get back together. I've never seen it not happen. So in other words, I'm saying all this to say this: it's pointless in you running away from this connection, because I'm telling you, and I'm telling you because I'm telling you, you're going to eventually take this person back. You're going to eventually get back with this person. So there's no point of you running in the opposite direction if you're just going to turn around and take them back. And for some of you, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, no, Milagros, I'm not going to take them back. You will, because I've never seen it not happen. I've never seen it not happen with the King and the Queen of Wands. I've never seen it not freaking happen. Never seen it not happen. So with that being said, there's no point. There is no point of you running in the opposite direction. Like, you might as well just see this entire situation through, because there's really no point of you running in the opposite direction. I think what you should do, though, is dial this thing that y'all got going on here with one another down a notch, because the fact that things are moving as quickly as they're moving, like, that's adding on to your stress. That's adding on to everything else that you have to kind of deal with, as far as your trust issues being heightened, this fear that you're going to find yourself experiencing on your end, because there's that level of the unknown attached to this entire relationship, and then transitioning from being single to being in a full-blown committed relationship. Like, yeah, like, that's a whole lot to deal with all at once. So don't try to like deal with all of this all at once. Like, dial it down a little bit, like slow it down a little bit with this person, so that way it gives you time, you know what I mean, to like adjust, because you need some time to like adjust to all of this. Okay, now in regards to how this person plans on moving forward, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out here to a Wands, to the King of Wands, this person knows you're what they want. They're literally throwing all of their eggs into your basket, okay? So with that being said, because they know you are what they want, they're all in when it comes down to you. They're all in when it comes down to you. I do want to look at this King of Wands a little bit more, but before I do, I want to see what actions you plan on taking in this person's direction. Well, I'm not surprised that we're getting this for you. I'm not surprised. Your life is drastically changing. And it's scary. It's very, very scary. I mean, you go from, dude, going to bed by yourself to having a whole human right next to you, or all up in your refrigerator. You know what I mean? That's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and I get it. But your life is drastically changing. The thing is that a lot of you feel like, oh my gosh, like my life is drastically changing for the worse. Look at how I feel. And oh my God, look at me. I'm stressing out and I feel so overwhelmed. Like, no, this means that this is somebody I need to stay away from. That's exactly what this means. That this is somebody that I need to stay away from. This is somebody that I need to run in the opposite direction from, because look, I'm stressing. I'm stressing, and I'm feeling overwhelmed already. And this must mean that the universe is telling me that I need to run in the opposite direction of this relationship. Well, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that, but I understand why you would think that that's what the universe is trying to tell you. But you got to understand that, Sagittarius, that your life is drastically changing. And as your life is drastically changing, because now you got this human here, it's pushing you outside of your comfort zone. Because like I said, dude, I feel like you've been living in your comfort zone for a little bit too long, okay? So with that being said, like, yeah, everything about this person and about this relationship is gonna make you feel extremely uncomfortable, because you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone. You are. So I understand why you feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I understand why you could very well be experiencing a lot of anxiety, and I can understand why you want to run in the opposite direction of this relationship. I get that, okay? And that's my thing, Sag, is that even if you do run in the opposite direction, I mean, you could go ahead right now and you can run in the opposite direction all you want. This person, this relationship, you and this human, y'all ain't going nowhere. That's why I'm saying it's like you could run in the opposite direction and test my theory here. You're not going anywhere and they're not going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. I mean, you could physically remove yourself from them and you could break up with them if you want to because it's just a little too much and you just can't handle it. You could do that. You could run in the opposite direction, but you guys are going to get back together. You guys are definitely going to get back together. With the world coming out here, I feel like the universe, to be completely honest, is not gonna sit up here and continue to like play games with you. Is kind of what I'm getting. Like this connection is going to force you to grow. It's going to force you to change. It's going to force you to look at love differently. It's going to force you to not fear the level of the unknown anymore. It's going to force you to heal these past traumas. It's going to force you to stop living in your comfort zone because you can't grow in your comfort zone. It's going to also help you to learn how to trust people, but it's also going to show you that there are people out there who care. There are people out there who aren't out to get you. There are people out there that you can trust, that you can rely on. Like, I feel like this is like the universe, deciding, yeah, like, I've been too nice with Saggy. Been too nice, been too understanding, been too patient with them. Like, it's time. You know what I mean? It's time to get this ball rolling. It's time for them to change. It's time for them to grow. It's time for them to evolve. And here's the reason why. Here's another reason why I know that even if you do run in the opposite direction of this relationship, y'all are going to end up getting back together. This person has too much that you're looking for within a person. If a perfect person freaking existed, it would basically be this person in your eyes, right? It would basically be this person. And that's what's going to keep you constantly running back to them. Because let's just be real. If a perfect person actually really did exist, it would literally be this person for you. And that's what's going to keep you constantly running back for more. And that's the thing, is that's what's going to also keep them running back for more. So you can, run in the opposite direction of this relationship if you want to, Sagittarius, and you can date other people. But if it's one thing that I will say, because you just met this King of Wands and this King of Wands just met this Queen of Wands, it is not going to be the same. It is not going to be the same. It's just not. And it's not supposed to be the same. You know what I mean? Like, this connection here between you and this person, like, with the King and the Queen of Wands, it's like they just experience an experience with one another that they've never experienced with anybody ever before. You know what I mean? It's like, and when these two do break up and they try to, like, date other people and see other people, one thing that I've noticed doing tarot anyways, is that they always feel like incomplete, or like something's missing in their life, and they oftentimes feel very lost and like confused without one another. But when they end up coming back together, it's like they just feel complete and whole all over again. Which is kind of making me feel, and I'm pretty sure you guys have both experienced this prior to you guys meeting one another. If you guys reflect back on, like, relationships that you guys had with other people, I'm pretty sure a lot of you may have felt like, man, like, I really like this person, but it's like, oh no, this is like, I feel like there's like something fucking missing. Like, there's something about this person, or there's something about the situation that just, I don't know, it just feels like something's missing, to the point where a lot of you may have found yourself settling. And I'm pretty sure that both of you have experienced that, where you guys have met people and you're just like, yeah, I like them. Fuck it, I'll settle down and with them. Because, I like this, sound, and third. I mean, they're not everything, that I want within a person, but let me not be picky, you know what I mean? And then y'all settle, and then you guys realize how unhappy you guys actually are without, a human. And then you guys eventually leave, and then, you repeat the same cycle over and over again. And it's mainly because there's a part of you that feels like something's missing, man. Like, something's missing. But that's something that you guys more than likely have both experienced with other people prior to meeting one another. You got to understand that you complete them and they complete you. Without them, right, and without you, you guys are going to live a life of feeling incomplete, lost, also lost without one another. What else do they tend to like experience? I have never actually seen, now that I think about it, I have never actually seen like a king and a queen of wands break up and then they actually like move forward and move on with someone else. I don't think I've ever actually witnessed that. So I don't even think that that's a thing. Not saying that that's a thing. Anything in life is possible, but you know what I mean. Like I don't think I've ever actually witnessed that. Now that I think about it, because I'm trying to like refer back to like what I've seen in my readings. Sag, this relationship, it's gonna benefit you, dude. It's gonna benefit you. It's gonna benefit you. It's going to not only bring a lot of healing into your life, but it's gonna cause you to eventually get rid of these trust issues of yours. It's also going to make you less afraid of the level of the unknown, right? Because I feel like that's the issue that you're running into, is that because this relationship has that level of the unknown wrapped up in all of this, it's fucking scary. It's fucking scary because you don't know what the hell you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get played. You don't want to get deceived. Now I get that. Nobody does, right? But I kind of feel like this relationship is going to like help you overcome that, as far as like the fear of the lovely the fear of the level of the unknown. With the Hierophant coming out here, I do kind of feel like this connection is also going to make your faith stronger. I'm also kind of getting that as well. Here's the thing, Sagittarius, is that I feel like there's such a lack of faith here on your behalf, okay? And I get it, you know, this entire situation requires you to put your trust and your faith into this human. You know what I mean? And I get that. That's a lot to ask for. But, you know, from you, considering the fact that I feel like you have trust issues, like that is definitely a lot to ask for from you. And I understand that. But have trust and faith that no matter how this entire situation plays out, the universe is always going to look out for you. God is always going to look out for you. Just have trust and faith in that. Like, if you can't have trust and faith in them, just have trust and faith that no matter what the hell happens here between you and this person, you're going to be good, because that's your biggest concern here is, but what if they do this to me, and what if they do that to me, and then I'm left hurt and disappointed, and, you know, what am I going to do then, Milagros? You know, just have, if you can't trust them, just have trust and faith that no matter how this plays out, like, you're going to be good, because you're going to be good. Like, just have trust and faith in that, okay? That God and the universe will always look after you and make sure that you're safe. And just trust that, you know what I mean? And believe in that. Even though I can tell you don't have anything to worry about with the cards that are already coming out here for you, I understand that that's not going to bring you any comfort. I understand that that's not going to make you feel better. I understand that that's not going to eliminate, you know, you overthinking things, or eliminate your trust issues, or eliminate the what if this happens, or what if that happens. But the only way that you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about here, Sag, is you seeing this entire situation through. And I'm not going to honestly sit here and encourage you to see this entire situation through, because believe it or not, it kind of looks like you will. It kind of looks like you will see this entire situation through. You could run 20 million times if you want to, but you will see this entire situation through, because I feel like the universe is done, you know, being patient with you, Saggy, and being understanding here. Like, it kind of looks like the universe is about to shake some stuff out, shake some shit up for you, and it's gonna make you very, very uncomfortable. It is, but and you may not like it, and you may feel like this entire situation is so fucking unfair, and what the hell did you do to deserve all of this? Like, I get that, but you just don't see what the universe is trying to do here. And what the universe is trying to do here is get you to stop living in your comfort zone. Stop constantly giving into fear. Stop constantly with the whole what if this happens, and what if that happens, and I don't know, like, and I don't know about this, and I don't know about that. Like, no, like, the universe doesn't want you to live a life of constantly fearing absolutely everything. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is that you fear intimacy. You fear letting someone in. You fear somebody doing X, Y, and Z to you. And the universe just doesn't want you to continue to live a life this way anymore. So with that being said, once you get to the other side of all this, because you will, and it's going to be one hell of a journey. It's going to be one hell of a journey. You're going to look back at this moment and be grateful that you saw this opportunity through. And you're going to probably look back at this moment and laugh at yourself, by the way. I'm also kind of getting that as well. With the Ace of Pentacles coming out here, to the Lovers, to the Hierophant coming out here. There is a huge possibility that the two of you might end up getting married, but that really does kind of all depend on you guys, on whether or not like marriage is something that you guys believe in or not. But I feel like this person, like, it didn't take them too long to realize that you are somebody that they want to marry. It didn't take them too long to realize you are somebody that they can totally see themselves getting married to, which is a pretty fucking big deal, to be honest. Now, are they gonna turn around and propose to you like next week? Probably not. But I do believe that, this person's definitely looking at you as somebody that they can definitely see themselves getting married to. So they're thinking long term, by the way, when it comes down to you, my friend. All right, what else can you tell me? Doom, 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 doom. There goes the Hierophant, and the Hierophant does speak of marriage, my friend. We have the King of Pentacles. We also have the Six of Pentacles out here. Yeah, this person's very big on commitment, but also very big on loyalty. Very kind, very generous, very thoughtful, very, very nurturing. With the Hierophant to the Two of Cups to the Three of Wands, when this person thinks about their future and what they want to do next with their life, they're gonna always find themselves including you. They're gonna always find themselves including you in their future plans. And it's because they want you around for a very, very long time, man. They want you around for a very, very long time. They do. So, like I said, dude, if I were you, I mean, there is no damn point in you running, to be honest. There's no point. Because from the looks of it, and with the cards coming out here, yeah. It kind of looks like the universe is not playing with you. Like, it kind of looks like... it kind of looks like the universe wants to see you happy, but with someone by your side. Somebody that you can rely on, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can grow old with, okay? Like, that's what the universe wants for you, and I'm pretty sure that's what you want for yourself. I just kind of feel like their journey, as far as overcoming, your trust issues, what if this happens, what if that happens, and like this energy of discomfort and you feeling overwhelmed by it all, like, that's gonna be one hell of a damn journey. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna be a walk in the park, because it's not. But I mean, yeah, I would say don't run, but I mean, you can if you want to. It just kind of looks like even when you do try to run, it's going to come back around your way again and again and again and again and again until you stop. Until you stop running and just faces already. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen, is that you're going to run, and then this connection is going to come back around your way, and you're going to take them back. Because you got to understand, this one over here is like, if a perfect person honestly did exist, like for you, this is them. So you're gonna take them back. You're going to take them back. It doesn't matter. You're gonna take them back over and over and over again. Until you get over your trust issues, until you get over but what if this happens, and what if that happens, and until you learn to lower your guard down, you're going to constantly find yourself feeling this way. Sagittarius, as far as feeling uncomfortable and feeling like this person out to get you, and things of that nature. It just kind of looks like there's a valuable lesson that Spirit's trying to teach you, and that valuable lesson is simple. Not everybody's out to get you, dude. Not everybody's out to get you. And with the Seven of Swords coming out here, I understand in the past, it has been hard to like trust people, but just know that this is somebody that you can trust. Just know that this is somebody that you can lower your guard down with. Just know that this is somebody who's not here, you know what I mean, to play games with you and hurt you and do all these things like you think they're gonna do. Like, just know that people out there, in other words, Spirit's trying to show you that there actually is good people out there that exist. There's actually people out there that you can trust. There's actually, people out there that do actually mean well. And I feel like, the universe is trying to show you that. Because I feel like for so long, and this is probably why you've been single for as long as you have, I kind of feel like for so long, it's like you look at people as people who are extremely, It's like you look at people and automatically think to yourself that everybody's untrustworthy. Nobody has your best interest at heart. Everybody's out to play you. Everybody's out to get you. And I'm not going to sit here and say that that hasn't been the case at times. I'm pretty sure you've experienced those moments with people, but I don't think that that's fair for you to have a few bad experiences with people and then label everybody like everybody's the same, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's exactly what you're doing. But it kind of looks like this valuable lesson that Spirit's trying to teach you. You will eventually master it. You will eventually learn it and overcome it. And once you do, that's when I see this relationship getting really fucking good between you and this person. It's already good, but I see it getting fucking great. I just kind of feel like the reason why it's good right now is because your doubts, your reservations. What if this happens? What if that happens? That, I feel like they're out to get me, and I feel like they're doing this. I feel like they're. Once you get over all of that, because you will, like, that's when shit's gonna get really fucking good between you and this person. Like, that's when shit's gonna really get good here. If you think your relationship is good now, it's gonna get fucking great. And imagine what your relationship would be like with this person without your doubts and reservations, without your trust issues, affecting you within this relationship, without these intrusive thoughts, affecting you within this relationship. Imagine that. You know what I mean? But the more you keep running and running and running, it's like the universe is just going to send this one right back around your way. And you're going to take them back. Until you learn this lesson, ain't nobody going anywhere. You're never going to find yourself feeling better. You're never going to find yourself overcoming these trust issues. So stop running and just face it head on. And if you do run, then that's fine, but you still won't have to face this. Regardless if you like it or not, from the looks of it kind of looks like you're gonna have to face it, from what it looks like. Because I just don't. I mean, I think that it just doesn't look like there's a way out of this. In other words, like, you could leave them and you could take like a long ass break from them, like, I don't know, like a year or even less than that. But this person's going to come back around your way and you're going to take them back. So it's like, you could take a break, you know what I mean? Because it's just too much and I can't do this, but you're going to have to revisit this until you get over this. But if you don't, you keep running time and time again, it's like you're just kind of wasting time, because it's something that you're going to have to complete. It's something that you're going to have to it looks like it's something that you're going to have to complete. It looks like something you're going to have to do. So just get it done with, you know what I mean? Just get it done and over with, instead of constantly running in the opposite direction, taking a whole 3 months break from it and then revisiting it again, and then find yourself back at square one, feeling the same way you feel now, and then taking a whole nother 3 months break from them and then doing it all over. Just do it already. You know what I mean? Just do it already. Just do it already. Just do it already. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right. I do want to pull a romance angel card for whatever odd reason, so I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, let's see what the romance angels have to say for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, and Venus. All right, so we do have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Typically, when I get worth waiting for, it kind of reminds me of the Temperance card in tarot. So with this energy coming out here for you, remember when I was telling you that things are moving at a very rapid pace here between you and this person? It is in your best interest if you kind of dial it down a little bit. Don't try to face everything head on. Like, do not play yourself like that. Don't play yourself like that, because you're gonna feel overwhelmed, you're gonna get scared, and you're gonna want to run in the opposite direction. So to avoid you running time and time and time and time again, dial it down just a little bit. Like, dial it down with this one just a little bit, and have that talk with them, and like let them know, like, hey, listen, like, really like you, I really think you're cute, but we need to slow this down because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Please and thank you. You know what I mean? Dial it down just a little bit, because if you take this shit head on, Saggy, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, you're going to get scared, and you're going to want to run. So to avoid all of that, just dial it down just a little bit. You know what I mean? Have that talk with them, because I don't want you to start retracting your energy from this person, and then this poor human over here is like, oh my God, like, what does this mean? Does this mean that they're not into me? Because you know how people are sometimes. For Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, and Venus. Hey, Sagittarius. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And, you know, I mean, you are going from being single to being in a full-blown committed relationship, but I was getting married strongly for this connection. I was definitely getting married strongly here for this connection. I'm not surprised that that came out. All right. We also have reconciliation at the bottom of the deck. Interesting enough, we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Eight of Pentacles energy with the make the effort card. Like I said, there's a possibility that you guys might end up breaking up. You guys are showing up as the King and the Queen of Wands. That's a very common thing to see with the King and the Queen of Wands, because there's always a runner and there's always a chaser, and it kind of looks like you're going to end up being the runner if you do run. But with reconciliation coming out here, you guys will always end up back together. You guys will always end up back together, okay? I don't care if you guys take a whole year break from one another. You guys will always end up back together. And that's why I'm saying that it is kind of pointless for you to run, because you guys are going to end up getting back together. So what the hell is the point? You know what I mean? Like, you might as well try to, like, navigate, you know, through whatever it is that you're going through, but with this person by your side, instead of just running in the opposite direction. Don't throw them away just to pick them back up, please. You know what I mean? All right, what else? Last card for Sagittarius. We have you deserve love. You are lovable. Listen, I feel like this one over here is like head over heels in love with you, okay? I feel like this person's serious about you. I feel like this person's very committed and very devoted to you and what they want here with you. And there's no doubt in my mind, Sag, that you'll eventually see that for yourself. There is no doubt in my mind that eventually you'll embrace what you currently have here with this person without fear and without hesitation. I just feel like it's going to take time. It's going to take time, but I'm telling you that this could take a year or 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? It could take a long time, but this really does all depend on you. Because if you constantly run time and time and time again, that's just you kind of like, you know, starting over and over and over and over again. But if you just, you know what I mean, like see this through and not run, you can learn the lesson that you need to learn here and overcome what you need to overcome here a lot sooner than later. But if you run, like you're gonna eventually, you know, overcome this, and you're gonna eventually learn what you need to learn. It just might take a little longer. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? This all really does kind of depend on you. But what I'm telling you, and it's something that I really want you guys to do, like tone it down with this one a little bit, like slow it down with this one a little bit, because I feel like what's happening here is that you're trying to like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. I got this. I got this. I can do this. I can do this. And then like, you know, when push comes to shove and then you start to feel very overwhelmed by it all, you know what I mean? It's like, that's when I see you wanting to run. And that's what I'm trying to kind of prevent from you experiencing as far as feeling overwhelmed by it all. You're going to feel overwhelmed, but what I saw was like you feeling super, super overwhelmed by it all. So that's why I'm saying like, yo, tone it down a little bit with this one over here, slow it down a little bit with this one, have that talk with them and tell them like how you're feeling. As far as like feeling overwhelmed by the connection in itself is concerned, and you kind of needing it to kind of like dial down just a little bit, because I feel like it's gonna help you through this massive change, you know, I mean, because it's a massive change. It's not a minor change, you know what I mean, that we're talking about here. It's a massive change for you, and I feel like you need that time to like adjust. I feel like you need that time to adapt, and I also feel like you need that time to like process everything. But if you jump head first, like you're gonna regret it, and I feel like that's what you guys are doing. You guys are like jumping head first, like fuck it, whatever happens happens, I guess, you know what I mean, screw it, you know what I mean. And then once you jump, and you know, that's when I see you like, oh my God, this is too much. I better run in the opposite direction now because this is too much. I can't take it. Don't jump head first. Take your time, all right? So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.